Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.
I'm appalled at what you said on that pod thing. It's disgusting.
This is the After the Show podcast. It's where we get honest and real with yo ass. So sit back, relax, have a blast, because it's time for the After the Show podcast.
Yeah, here we go. Happy Monday. Welcome to the KVJ After the Show podcast. Yeah. Everybody had a great weekend, sounds like. Virginia said she was a little mellow this last weekend.
I was a little mellow. We went out a little bit on Saturday, but yesterday was all about football.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, that's my weekends are consumed with football now. So.
And then Rocco started feeling a little yucky yesterday, so we kind of had to shut it down.
Okay.
I think I might have to go take him to get a COVID test today.
Oh, fuck.
I know. I'm so annoyed.
Yeah.
That's not a fun Monday thing.
No, because I'm sure the COVID lines are longer on Mondays for these places where you go get tested.
That was the one thing I noticed when I had COVID. It was hard to get tests and get appointments and even getting the home test when it wasn't that hard before. I had done 3 tests at the ballpark at the Palm Beaches. Didn't have to wait that long other than your standard, whatever. The other stuff, man, it was tough.
There's a new place opened at Gaines Park in West Palm. It just opened this month. So I'm going to try this out. It's open today from 9 to 5.
Well, because the question I had is a lot of these events, venues you go to, you've got to either have the vaccination card, I think double vax too, I'm not even sure, or you've got to have a negative COVID test. But if you go in and buy the store-bought one, I don't know how that's going to work for you because there's no authentication as to when you took it.
And that's what a lot of people are telling me, too, that those tests, first of all, you don't know when the person took it. Second of all, you don't know how accurate they are. People are getting false negatives and then false positives. And the antigen or the PCR, like, which one should you get? Like, I don't know.
It reminded me of a drug test almost. How you have to wait for the result and the line comes up. The homemade drug test they do.
Right.
Yeah, well, it's tricky because, getting the test back too, where you can find a good, reliable place that will be authentic, that venues will take, that will be back in the right amount of time. Like I said, I gone to a place, thought 48 hours I would have it back. And they said, yeah, probably 48 hours. And it took, I think, about 5 days.
Yeah, I can't wait 5 days.
Right.
I want to go to the state-run.
Well, keep in mind, if you have a 5-day window, but yet it has to be within 72 hours, you may get it back too early, or if you get it back too late, then you can't go to the event. And imagine if what we'd found out from the amphitheater is you go, let's say you paid for parking, you've bought expensive tickets, the processing fee for those tickets, and then you go and find out that because you didn't get your test back like you thought you would, you now have to pay an additional $40 to take their test on site to get in. I mean, how much is it going to – it would cost you $500. That's not even really an exaggeration to go to a lot of concerts.
Right.
And then if you want to get some chicken wings or some mott sticks, that's another 30 to 40. Depending on how many rounds you get.
Oh, I know you get 2 or 3.
If you're at a concert, you probably get at least 2 rounds of mott sticks. Although, do you eat at concerts?
I like to, yeah.
You do?
I do.
What happens if you want to shake that tail feather and you load it up on nachos?
Well, I feel bad for the person behind me.
Yeah. Yeah, so I think that's it. We just need to get to a place where, okay, where do I get the test that is going to be authentic, that somebody will take, and without a doubt, it will be done in this time frame.
Well, I loved the state-run ones that got you the results like 2 hours after you took it.
Yeah, I remember the last one I took through the state, it was like an hour.
That was amazing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so
that's what I'm going for.
Yep. So we'll see. Crazy stuff still going on. We'll see. I did see that it looks like the numbers are getting better. So hopefully soon. Got some emails here. including Elizabeth, who said, Kev, you can actually go to Taco Bell and get one of their Power Bowls if you're doing the keto thing. No rice, no beans. Add extra meat or chicken. It's the best quick ketones lunch.
Ah.
All right.
Look at you, Power Bowl for a powerful guy.
Do you ever do Pollo Tropical? Do you like that place?
I do. I don't go often. I don't really, because I do my meal service thing at we do meals, but it's more of a sit down where you can have a little food and an appetizer. So we don't do a lot of the real fast food kind of stuff.
Oh, I can fuck up their beans and rice, man. I'll cut little plantains and then throw them in my beans and rice. You like that combination?
Pollo Tropical sees you coming, they're like, oh, sweet.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll buy it in bulk. I buy in bulk everywhere I go.
He only wants to talk about the family meal.
Danny's told me, he was telling me the other day, he goes, yeah, when I first met you, I was kind of thrown off about your ordering habits and how much you just your whole style with ordering shit.
You're a unique bird.
Well, I like getting variety. What happens if I order a sandwich, we bring it back, and it's a shitty ass sandwich? Now that's what I'm dealing with. I gotta have a backup plan. You see what I'm saying?
And then you have a backup to your backup.
Yeah, I just the idea of having a shitty sandwich for lunch or dinner and not having a backup gives me food anxiety. I don't like.
You got to have something good.
I gotta have something.
You're in the window of time to eat. You have to have something good to eat.
Yeah.
And if your starter is not performing well, you put in the backup.
Exactly. And I find myself only eating when it's time for me to sit down and relax and fuck up some shit. I don't like speed eating, nibble something here or there when you can't really enjoy it. I like to almost food foreplay, I call it.
Okay.
She takes her time with it.
I take my time.
She sits down and caresses it.
They're just, it's a process.
Yeah.
It's a ceremony and not just a meal.
You take your clothes off.
And then I fuck my sandwich. No.
You do like to eat naked. You've said
Well,
it.
yeah, but I don't really want to fuck my sandwich.
But
I have to
I
say
can
that.
see you just rubbing it on your tits.
Get out of
Yeah.
Not fucking it, but just a little like.
If there was a chick rubbing it on my titties, we can do some sandwich sex.
And if you are going to restaurants, somebody just texted in this as well. Alessandra sent us this email, said, this past weekend I saw a sign that read, please be nice to our staff. We need them to come back tomorrow.
Aww.
No kidding, man.
Yeah, a lot of aggression out there with people being jerks.
So aggressive.
I am seeing and feeling it when you go out to order. It is slow.
Food is slow. If you're traveling, be sweet at the airport. Come on now.
And I'm saying that not to, be like, oh, complain. I'm saying that if you do want to sit down at a restaurant, prepare. It's going to take you probably 20 minutes longer than it normally ever did. And that might be a hopeful.
But just know that, yelling about it is not going to make it any better.
Well, just don't go out. Just don't go out to lunch or dinner then.
If you start losing your temper with the two waitresses they have when they normally have 5, it's not going to make anything any better for you or them. It's a fruitless endeavor to yell at them. They don't want to be understaffed.
And obviously there's some restaurants that are still killing it and crushing it and you're getting your food, and a good time. But there are places that are going to suck and it's going to be terrible. It's just, I would say 50% of the restaurants you go to,
they're
understaffed.
The drive-through I went through, they completely shut down the dining room because they didn't have enough employees. They couldn't handle it. And the drive-through was backed up. And I sat at the drive-through thing waiting for her to take my order for about 5 minutes. I'm not exaggerating. I was like, hello? And she's like, hold on, please. We don't have any workers. And I was like, I think she's kidding. No, when I drove around, there was no workers.
I'm not getting paid from Culver's because I know I brought them up a lot today. But they will have a long-ass line, and you think, I'm not getting my fucking food forever. They're pretty quick and accurate, surprisingly so.
Okay.
Having a line that long, not as bad as one might think. Put some Eagles on, listen to some B-sides.
They probably poached some Chick-fil-A employees. Figured out how to do that real quick.
Yeah.
I heard somebody saying if only they would do the Chick-fil-A doing your COVID testing, it'd be done in 10 minutes.
Oh, my gosh, yeah. Yeah. There are some places that are, I'm surprised that independent contractors haven't, done more for that quick and rapid testing. I know some places do have it, but I'm sure there's going to be ways here going forward that places are going to start making a lot more money off the COVID stuff. I mean, some places have made so much money off this COVID. It's crazy. What I think I saw, Pfizer, their profits they're clearing $10 billion a month now.
Whoa.
On COVID vaccines.
Could you imagine if you had, I think I know people that had Pfizer stock before the pandemic.
Yeah, and then they just got the booster thing. We're like, yeah, keep them coming.
All that medical shit. We need medical stuff to keep us alive and healthy, but man, it is a business. I went to the dentist, and what happened to you, where they try to upsell you on shit that you do not need.
Right.
Halfway through, she was trying to tell me I needed something, and I knew I didn't need it.
Right.
And it was going to be an extra $400. I said, I'm here to get my teeth cleaned. What?
Right,
I didn't say fuck, but
yeah.
What the fuck?
My face said it, though. They're like, oh, that's okay, never mind. They knew I was not.
Yeah,
but I didn't.
Always.
You're in the chair, you're feeling all vulnerable, you got fucking things in your mouth. Oh, we need this and you need that. I go, wait, what do I need?
Just remember, it's a business.
I know,
Yeah.
and sure as shit, I didn't need it.
No, you're right.
Because I asked other people in the
happens a lot.
dentist industry, I go, did I need this? What were they trying to do? They go, it's a classic upsell. You did not need that. You're in there for teeth cleaning.
Damn.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Somebody giving you a little heads up here, Jaybird. Says, is this the type of Uncrustables that Jaybird is looking for? Because if it is, I found these today at Target on the corner of Northlake and Congress. It looks like you like the peanut butter and honey, right?
Oh, yeah.
Oh, but the only thing I'm seeing there, it looks like wheat.
You know what? It is the wheat one.
Oh, it is?
And
Okay.
It tastes delicious.
All right.
Surprisingly so. Someone else said that. Go, Bird, it's wheat. I don't know what they put in that bread. I don't know what they put in that honey.
Okay, well, there you go.
I never
They're
thought I
around.
would see you actually endorse a wheat bread. You are a man of white bread.
It's not your good wheat. It's wheat. It's fucked up wheat. If you read the ingredients, it goes fucked up wheat.
It's white bread disguised as wheat.
Exactly. Yeah. It's white bread with a little bit of wheat lies.
It's to
in
make
there.
soccer moms feel better. Like,
Yeah.
I'm giving my kids something healthy. It's wheat bread. That ain't wheat bread.
I would really like to do this experiment, a food experiment. Everyone says, Bird, you're always talking about these Uncrustables. Just make your own fucking peanut butter and honey. I don't think it's going to be the same. I would love for you to try.
You would love for me to make it.
Because you're good. You're actually a good cook and chef.
I could make you a really nice peanut butter and honey.
I want to see if it tastes the same, because the bread on an Uncrustable, it's got a chew or a soft to it that normal bread doesn't have.
That's that yoga mat
they're
ingredient.
They're throwing in some bullshit. I
Yeah.
know that's not healthy for me.
It's
but
rubber.
It makes it's like edible rubber, and I love it.
Yeah.
Love it.
What kind of peanut butter do you use?
I am one, obviously, that likes a lot of the honey and the sweet in there.
Yeah.
I'm a Peter Pan, but I'm not sure what kind of honey the Uncrustable people use. It's a great question, Fat
Yeah.
Kevin.
Uh-huh.
I think right now, Skippy is BOGO at Publix. So my neighbor got a Skippy and got one for me too.
Oh, that's
so
nice.
We have Skip. Aren't they sweet?
It's real sweet.
They are so adorable. Yeah, I've got Skippy. I'll make you a nice PB&J. Do you want jelly?
I would like to try to do the Uncrustable peanut butter and honey with that real soft yoga mat bread.
Okay.
Fuck, I love that bread.
Yeah.
Yeah. To me, the bread is the foundation. If you have shitty bread, everything else sucks. You have the best meats on the planet.
I
The best
agree.
lettuce, the best tomato, the best condiments. If the bread is fucked, your sandwich is fucked.
Don't skimp on the bread.
What's the best bread to get?
Oh, I love the potato bread. I love the...
But for if you're going to try this, where would you start? Because is potato bread, is that too thick?
The Martin's potato bread is good.
It is, but
the Pepperidge Farm bread is good.
I think for this one, and I know that it's wheat on the Uncrustable, but that real floury white Wonder bread, I love. God,
Wonder's pretty solid.
It's so good.
Yeah.
If you're eating Doritos, you get Dorito dust on top of the Wonder bread, and it's a beautiful art.
You're stuttering over there.
Yeah.
Spit it out, Porky Pig.
I'm getting too excited.
You're getting too flustered.
Well, I've been trying to. We got that big old wedding coming up.
Yeah.
And I have to fit into my wedding clothes.
Okay.
And
Why are you wearing a dress?
No, but so I go to get fitted again for my Bigfoot has the outfit at his house.
Okay.
And I tried it on, I think, before COVID when I was all fat and
Oh, you're
plump.
in the bridal party?
Yeah, so I think my outfit's going to be too big.
Oh my gosh, you have to stand up there with like the bride and groom.
I'm in the. I got like a suit and shit.
Wow, burn the suit.
But it might be too big.
You're not going to be able to drink. You can't drink when you're standing up there. You're supposed to look like all like important.
You know who's getting married, right? Yeah, I think they're cool if I'm. I think they're cool if I'm fucking hammered and on goofballs.
What are these goofballs you speak
No,
of?
I will not be on anything like that. No, I'll drink. You're right. You don't want to be so hammered. I've seen that happen before. Hammered before a wedding, within the wedding party, and people almost fighting before going out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, you don't want that.
No. How you doing your hair? Do you know yet?
Yeah, I'm doing braids.
Okay.
Which leads me to my hairstylist.
I'm the official braider.
You are.
I'm the KVJ show braider.
You're the KVJ show's braider. Well, you braid my hair, dog, and I figure we'll have fun. We'll get some drinks in us. We'll
I'll
take our
braid
time
it.
with it.
Can I have a buzz when I braid it?
Absolutely. Yeah.
Where's these goofballs?
It's Rook West from Bigfoot. He wants me in braids.
Really?
Yeah.
He wants you in braids.
One of his favorite groups, the Avett brothers. One of the brothers always has his hair in long braids.
Okay.
So.
Okay.
That's what you're doing, huh?
It's fucking wedding.
Okay.
I've gotten really good at French braiding because of you.
I know.
So I do have to thank you for the skill advancement.
You may tell me you braided my hair didn't bring us closer together. Motherfucker, you know it did. You know it did.
Yes, it did, motherfucker. You're right.
Angie sent an email and said, Virginia, girl, how can you drink that Four Loko? I've been wanting to try it since you and Bird went to Orlando, and that S-bomb is nasty.
It was rough. I will tell you, I would never seek it out again. I really just wanted to try it because I had heard so many people talk about how like it got you twisted, and it does get you twisted.
I didn't like that Virginia. That Virginia turned into a stage 8 gremlin.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You were fucking. You got to. I remember when you were drinking it. Because Panda drove to Orlando and she had been pounding these Four Locos, and she walked into it was the Bigfoot bachelor party or bachelorette party, and she's like, I'm on my Four Loko. I got four Loko. It's like hissing and fucking just not speaking.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It does kind of turn you into a Sith.
Yeah, you were fucked up. But squirrely, almost like there was meth in there.
Can we check? Are we sure there's not meth in Four Loko?
I don't know.
Because it does kind of make you feel a little bit methy.
Yeah, there's probably something in there.
It's like, okay, you know that squirrely buzz you got from White Claw?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, magnify that by about 20. But that same vibe, the White Claw squirrely, but just amplified.
The reason why those White Claws and Trulies get everyone so fucked up is it really does go down quick, and they're not that big, so you're kind of pounding them.
And it burns different.
If you're a grown ass adult, you can go through 4 of those if you're talking and having fun.
Yeah.
In a matter of minutes.
Totally.
Or is that you have a problem if you do that?
Well, I agree with you. So I guess
She definitely has a problem.
This email wants to know if we're going to be going to Oktoberfest this year. It says, my husband and I are from down south. We plan an annual October Palm Beach weekend. We go to Fright Nights one night and then Oktoberfest the next. Want to know what weekend you guys are going to attend, if any, so we can plan accordingly. And we will be out there if you want to come and join us on October 9th. Going to be at the American German Club at 6 p.m. for Taste of Oktoberfest.
yeah, you'll be there on the 9th. I'll be there on the 16th.
Mm-hmm. Yep. So
Yeah, back to
I'm
back.
on the 9th, you're the 16th?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, man, I thought we'd all be out there together.
I know.
Is that on a weekend?
But they want to really promote both their weekends and get like
Yeah.
bang
Okay.
for their buck. And it's expensive to have all of us come out together because then they have to
Yeah.
pay each one of us individually. We ain't cheap.
Yeah.
This is a high class operation.
She continued on here and said, I want to thank Kevin for explaining why you guys left Miami. So thank you very much. Got that info. And wow, what a blessing in disguise that you guys got fired as rough as it was. I'm grateful it happened because you guys seem to be in an awesome place now. The KVJ show is how I start my mornings, and I'm happy that wherever I go throughout, I got you guys. Yeah, they just made changes on that station, too. They just fired a bunch of people, and
They fired a bunch of people, and I
Yeah.
kind of feel like they fired everybody that was expensive, and we're a big show.
yeah, if not, yeah, if we would have survived that last round, then we wouldn't have probably survived this because, yeah, they got rid of everything else.
You never know, though. You never know.
Well, everything happens for a reason.
I'm
Yeah.
glad we're here.
Me too.
I hated living down there. It's got nothing to do with the people or even the area. I think if you're used to growing up somewhere and you're making a move where moving is stressful anyway, but we were up there singing for our supper trying to make a name for ourselves down there. So that was extra stress on top of other extra
Yeah.
stress. And then you're not in a familiar area. You feel a bit alone, even though I was only a county away.
Right.
It felt like I was.
It is bizarre.
Yeah, it was a bizarre
That is,
feeling.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. So, yeah, happy we're here. We still got the Miami people and still be where we are.
I'm kind of shocked how many people we picked up. Us not being on the air that long, we did
Right.
get quite a few people that listened to us down there.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was. So that was a little bit of a blessing. That was nice. And hopefully when we get events going again, we'll get down there.
Yeah, we're kind of like we did the Crazy Horse, so events are back. Not really.
Yeah.
Because that was like the window when everything was like, okay,
You're
we're
right.
cool. Everybody got vaccinated. You vaccinated. Let's go. And then everybody shut it all down again because of the Delta
Yeah, 'cause
variant.
I felt like there was a good couple weeks or a
Yes.
month where I felt like we weren't really talking about COVID anymore.
Yeah.
Things seemed to just, I don't know, lighten up a bit. People were not being crazy about shit.
Right, yeah.
And then
Then it spiked back up again with the Delta. And
after that appearance we did, it was like
Yeah.
we summoned.
I think we created the Delta variant at the Crazy Horse, and that thing just went buck wild.
I have to walk by that place all the time. That's the plaza I shop at. I go to Publix there. I go to Subway there. I go to all time. I'm always waiting for somebody to say, "I remember that motorcycle." Fuck. There was one guy out there the other day. I was walking up to Subway. This motherfucker was hammered. He was so drunk outside.
Really?
Oh my god.
Did you see yourself
I
in
did.
him?
I saw myself in that guy.
Boy,
That's what I thought.
bruh, kindred spirits.
I want to say, bitch, I've been there before.
I am you. I am you.
I get you, dude. Yep.
It's full on daylight. You're coming out of the Crazy Horse. It's dark in there.
Well, he was talking to another guy who was not nearly as drunk, and you could tell that guy wanted the conversation over with.
Yeah, it is bad when somebody's really hammered trying to.
It's rough. It's
what are
rough.
you gonna do? Got an email here. Daria want to know, are you guys going to be out any kind of costumed Halloween event this year, please? I don't think we do have anything scheduled for.
But we are trying to put together a movie premiere of the
We are.
KVJ Halloween movie. So.
I'd like to do that. If we can't, we'll upload it to YouTube, and then everyone can watch it. I know people are asking if it's going to be available. It'll be free. You don't have to pay for it. Just watch it on YouTube.
Yeah, so that'll be coming up.
I want to have a Halloween party at my crib.
That'd be fun. That'd be a great place to have one.
It would. I want people to dress up, bobbing for brains, perhaps. Yes.
We'll fill your swimming pool with brains.
No, but I do want to do fun shit like that.
All
Where
right.
you bob
Yeah.
for.
That could be fun.
At minimum, I want to have a very fun Halloween where people are trick or treating and shit. I think it's gonna happen.
Oh, you will have that. I can tell your neighborhood is going to go off because you've got neighbors that are already putting up Halloween decorations.
Yeah, and I saw some of those Halloween decorations at Home Depot. They're big and they move, and I want to keep them up all year long. There's some ones that are really cool looking that would look
Oh,
good.
really?
Great.
Okay.
It goes with my whole vibe.
Yeah, why not?
Fuck it.
Yeah.
not?
Make your home your castle.
Got a lot of people loving your podcast, Virginia, the Spirits Talk podcast. Astra had said, something I wanted to share last Friday's ATS podcast was good. Enjoyed that. The story of the Queen. I would love to hear Queen stories thing to go along with Virginia's. Spirits Talk. So there you go. A whole bunch of different little things there.
Y'all can do that spirit talk at my place too, because as soon as we get the movie done and all that, the next we'll be finishing up the podcast. It's just too crazy right now.
Sweet.
But with like the Bitch and the Witch or at Kevin Ralston, whatever y'all want to do, have fun. Come on over.
I love it. I just finished editing too the new Spirits Talk. So after we release all the old episodes, I've got a new one to drop.
Cool. It's a good time of year to do it too.
It is.
Yeah.
Got a thought here from Laura. We had got an email from a guy whose wife is just kind of an internet troll, and he's like, she seems sweet in person, but she's going on saying terrible stuff to people, saying nasty things to them. And Laura had said, what I'd like the husband of the internet troll wife to do is to get in contact with a few of the people that she has trolled so horribly and ask the victims what her comments did to them. Make it real for her and show her that just messing around, quote unquote, really affects people. Maybe the stupid bitch will then stop. And if she doesn't, get to stepping.
Yeah, the problem with the internet troll is they don't care that they're hurting your feelings. They get off on that. And there's a difference, too, in levels of troll. Some people are troll and they're having fun. Like people in our chat room, they troll and they're just busting balls. To me, what it sounds like, that one was just being a fucking meanie baby.
Well, to me, what's disturbing is just somebody who enjoys bringing pain to other people. And they truly, that makes them, that's like an endorphin rush for them. That to me is really kind of a scary trait.
It is. And you do see it on social media, because I think people think they can just pop off. And I think some of the older people that are mean on the internet, they don't understand the internet. They really are. I have old people that are on the internet. They don't get what they're saying is going out to the fucking world. They think only the 3 people on Facebook can see it. And I'm talking a little bit more of the older, out of touch people.
Right.
But you never know who you're arguing with online.
Yeah.
You know, it could be, you think you're talking to Virginia, and the whole time it was Panda. What?
What? Got someone who's ankle curious. They say, I am one who suffers from weak ankles, and I hear Jaybird talk about how much Denny's is all about ankle health. What does he do? What does one look up in order to achieve maximum ankle health? Does he use the resources around him, or has he purchased stretching devices?
I know he stretches, and I know I stretch my ankles out as much as I can. My part of my ankles, I feel like, are made of wood.
One of your ankles looks like it has an Easter egg hiding under it.
I rolled it over, and it never healed.
Oh, really?
It clicks.
That's going to be a problem in later life.
My whole entire leg, my left leg, when we were doing those cocktails in karaoke, remember I'd do that move where I'd jump straight up in the air.
Land and then smack down on your knees on the hard wood.
You're going to have that zombie leg where you can only walk with one leg and you drag the other one behind you.
There was one last time I did it. I remember telling Denny, I can never do it again. Never. And then I did it the next week.
Yeah.
Jameson is just tricky.
It is.
It's just
you get
tricky.
3 people cheer for you, you fucking lose your mind.
Yeah. One story that popped up today that I thought to be rather curious, but I mean, you hear this in comedy a lot. It didn't take long for the passing of Norm Macdonald before people were coming forward now saying, he had some stuff he did that was not very good.
Oh, I mean, yeah, there's a lot of those comedians that have shit out there.
Yeah, it seems like it really lends itself to the comedy trade.
What are they getting him on?
They were saying that apparently Norm was a little touchy-feely, and a lot of comedy clubs apparently were taking measures to protect women from Norm. But they knew that he was coming around, that he had a tendency to kind of sexually harass women.
You know what? I'll listen to some weird podcasts that will always feature these comedians that I think they're popular in the comedy world, but maybe not your average day person knows. So it seems like comedians like to do the old whip out the dick trick. Look at my dick, and let's see what happens kind of a thing. I just hear so many stories. I'm not saying Norm Macdonald did that. That's not at all what I'm saying. But it just seems like there's a lot of stand-up comedian stories where some weird shit went on.
I think with an era, some of those guys from that era, and now you're starting to really expose it and flush it out, and it's like, we're not going to accept that. And there probably was people that just said, oh, they're just comedians and blah, blah, blah. There was a tolerance level that used to happen.
And I think too, back in the day, it was respected to be a cutthroat type of comedian, meaning. I know some people get called out now for being pricky or bully to other people and going and cutting off their time because they were the bigger name and how dare you do that shit. I think that's what they did back. I think comedians were just dicks, man.
Yeah.
I think they were.
Yeah, they say that he would continually dismiss and disparage women both on and off stage. And he, in 2018, I think it was talking about how much he hated the hashtag #MeToo movement. And they said, well, of course you do.
Guys who like to play grab ass hate hashtag #MeToo.
And then they said he would stick up for his comedy pals who were accused of sexual harassment. So he, I guess was part of it. And then
if you know Norm Macdonald's comedy, he definitely he wasn't. If you're a feminist, you're not going to like Norm Macdonald's comedy.
And I think that's it. I think this hit piece kind of came a little bit from the left. So, who knows? But
I'm just not familiar with any of his stuff outside of Saturday Night Live. I'm just not.
Yeah, he was, he has a rougher, he's not PC.
Yeah.
That's why I was kind of shocked he got some corporate gigs like he was on Last Comic Standing, that kind of stuff. And usually, comedians have a little bit of an edge to them if they're working with an NBC. They'll look into their past. They don't want a scandal.
And they said the thing they couldn't figure out about Norm Macdonald, he always said that he never drank or did any drugs at all. He was always sober. And a lot of people are like going, dude, there's no way you were sober. And, so that was always kind of the debate. We know for a fact
that he smoked weed in our bathroom at Wild 95.5.
Yeah, he said he never did any drugs.
That's fucking bullshit.
Yeah, so that was another thing about Norm, like going, dude, you're completely hammered.
That is bullshit.
And, yeah. I don't know if that was a joke or what, but yeah, they said that was his thing.
I thought, and this is just my personal opinion, I'm only going on my vibe. We interviewed Chris Kattan, and I personally thought Chris Kattan was on something when we interviewed him.
Mm-hmm.
And
he had a lot. He had like back surgery or something like that, didn't he?
Well, somebody here at work was in the bathroom, and Chris Kattan was in the bathroom, and they could hear him messing around with what they thought was paraphernalia.
Yeah, I'm just going
like
with
a tin box and like all kind of stuff in it, and then he was like fumbling and he dropped stuff.
I was sitting right next to him that day when we interviewed him, and I've seen him in interviews before. He was, in my opinion, acting very off and weird. If you go back and listen to that interview,
but I think you are right about the pain.
Yeah,
I think he was in a car wreck or so. He has chronic pain that he deals with and issues. And so maybe that's.
And that's where trouble begins. I mean, it is tough if you're going through pain. There's nothing more, and you want to get out of it. But unfortunately, to get out of it, sometimes it leads you down a dark road.
I'm also not a fan. I mean, if someone's doing their stand-up act, their act is offensive and as crass as you may think, that's their act. They're doing their act. I don't like people taking, well, he did this on stage, blah, blah, blah. Well, that's Norm Macdonald doing his fucking act. And if you are shocked about that, don't watch his comedy.
True.
Now, the off-the-scene stuff, where if he was being, weird to comedians, behind the scenes, that's different than attacking someone's act on stage. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It's different.
Yeah.
If he's grabbing titties, I don't have as much of forgiveness.
You can't grab titties. Now, if you're going on stage and you don't like him because you think his act is sexist, you just don't like his act.
Exactly.
Yeah. And that Chris Cuomo, he got put under the spotlight, too.
And they have an email to back it up. I guess he got all grab-assy with one of his managers or bosses.
What had happened was, it was a former boss at ABC News. And when he worked there, she got a different assignment. So she was going to be heading up another department. And so they had a going away party on the Upper West Side.
Oh, going away parties are so much fun. Everybody gets hammered.
Well, this was in 2005. The woman's name is Shelley Ross, and she said that Chris Cuomo came up, greeted me with a strong bear hug while lowering one hand to firmly grab and squeeze the cheek of my buttock and said, I can do this now that you're no longer my boss. And she said, no, you can't, and left the bar with her husband, who'd witnessed the whole thing.
The husband saw it.
And then she got an email from Cuomo that night in which he said he was ashamed and apologized first to her husband and then to her.
And what do you think Fox News did this over the weekend? Had that email, boom!
Oh, because he's on CNN.
He's on CNN.
Yeah, of course.
How does CNN does he report his own scandal? How does he? he report his own?
I have to inform you all that back in 2005, I played grab ass on my former boss.
Well, I know they report a lot about sexual misconduct on CNN. How do you now go report a story if you are Chris Cuomo, whatever the fuck his name is? How do you report a story about when you have that going on?
Well,
awkward.
It is. It is. But I think a lot of these people just got to say, hey, it's 2005, 16 years ago. That was a bad move.
Oh yeah, well, he wrote the email that night, but the fact that they got the email and that's what they keep showing.
I think his best move is just to own it and say,
well,
that was terrible. But I don't know. Always fascinating to see how they cover it. They dig up one after another, huh? Always ongoing.
Yeah, I'm trying to think whose asses I've grabbed over the years. There's been a lot.
Oh, you're going down.
But you won't find no apology emails.
The apology doesn't
Suck
follow.
it.
Yeah, suck it. Yeah, I did it. What are you going to do about it?
Imagine Kevin saying that.
Yeah. All right, you guys, enjoy your Monday. We'll see you back here tomorrow. Goodbye.
Cleveland Clinic, Florida provides individualized treatment plans for excellent outcomes of health problems, ranging from the most common to the most complex, even in cases considered untreatable by others. Cleveland Clinic, Florida. Every life deserves world-class care.